Hi, welcome to Midwest Magic Cleaning. My name is Stanson Machine, and today we're going to be doing a lot of trash removal. And in this one, we'll be finishing up with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and trust me, they are bad. This house is owned by a family who has a combination of hoarding disorder, severe ADHD, autism, depression, and possibly some PTSD. So this is not a single person's fault. And before we get deep into the video, I want to talk about that word for a little bit, the word fault. On this channel, I work with people who have mental illness, or at the very least, common disorders. And because of that, I will explain how the disorders and mental illness cause the houses to get into this condition. However, every day of the week, I will ban a handful of people from the comments section because they're not looking to understand how this disorder and how these mental illnesses affect a house. They're looking to blame someone or to call them lazy. I am fully aware that those people do exist, that there are people who are just lazy and just don't want to clean their house and it becomes this monstrosity. I purposely don't work with those people. In my experience, those people represent a very small microscopic fraction of houses that get into this condition. Overall, the people who need my help have true mental disorders or mental illnesses that seem insurmountable. So if you come onto these videos and your goal is to blame someone for a house getting into this condition, this isn't the channel for you. So let's talk about a couple questions that I get fairly often. The first being, why aren't you using a shovel? There are a couple reasons for that. The first reason is it's none of your heckin' business, son. The second is that in most places that we clean, we're not dealing with a lot of trash. We're dealing with actual items that could have value. We found birth certificates, credit cards, life insurance policies that are still active. We found the deed to like 20 or 30 acres of land, jewelry, family photos. We found wedding photos from the 1800s. We found car titles and keys. We found a thriving colony of moose druids. Now, we were able to relocate those to an enchanted forest, so don't worry about them. They mostly just frolic. Moose druids are notorious for frolicking, and if you find them in the bottom of a hoard, there's just no room to frolic. But everything else, if we were to use a shovel and just shovel all that crap into a trash bag, we're going to lose that rather than find it. Now, in this house, we actually did use a shovel through most of it, but you have to remember that there is a bunch of clothing. One of the things they hoarded was just a massive mountain of clothing, and so that's interspersed throughout all the trash. When you try to shovel that up, the shovel hits the clothing and stops itself. So you actually can't shovel into the pile until you get the clothing out of it. So that stuff has to be picked out by hand. And while we're doing that, we're keeping our eyes out for anything that may be valuable, which in this case wasn't much because this house had a massive black mold issue.